Heyo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those that don't know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated online premium educational platform that's available today. At TTG, we combine a professional trading educational curriculum that is both in-depth and complex, yet very easy to understand and implement quickly. We combine that with premium investing tools from today's top financial tech companies that if you purchase on your own would be worth well over $4,000 a year. But as a True Trading Group member, you get access to top of the line trading tools from companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Quote Media, CBOE, Polygon, ETNA, and more. Folks, on top of all of that, we are a community of active and educated, like-minded, and helpful traders and investors led by TTG's team of full-time trading moderators that have over 100 years of combined trading experience, currently sporting about an 80% collective win rate with a focus on stocks, options, crypto, futures, day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, and truly give a shit whether you succeed or fail. At True Trading Group, your results matter, your success matters, and it's measurable through your P&L. We exist to empower the retail trader. This is your first time on this live stream. Welcome. We go live here 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, right here on this YouTube channel, but we're also streaming on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch, where myself and other TC Pro Trader moderators and special guests, and boy, do we have some great ones for you tonight, are going to drop golden nuggets and provide you with some education and lessons that can help you become better traders and investors immediately. If you've not done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, show us some love, but turn on that notification bell. Make sure you never miss out on any one of these free trading streams, as it is now time, folks, to get ready to learn, trade, and profit. Here's your very first lesson. Why should you listen to anything that I talk about on any one of these live streams? It's crucial you understand who you are listening to. And listening to the wrong information can cost you both time and money, and I know for a fact you do not have an unlimited supply of either. Allow me to qualify myself to you. Guys, I started my career working at hedge fund in New York City, my very first job out of college, and then 2008 happened. That was the Great Recession. The stock market crashed, but also the same year that I went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. But before I was ever able to touch a dollar of their money, I first had to go through an intensive trading program and curriculum. I had access to some of the top trading tools available, and I was part of a community of like-minded traders that helped ensure my success as a trader, and that is exactly what the True Trading Group platform is based on here now today. Now that we are properly introduced, let's talk about how this live stream is going to go down. Folks, we're going to start things off. I'm going to be bringing on my business partner, co-founder of True Trading Group, Adam. You guys know him as SUGE. And I'm also going to be bringing on none other than Mr. Matt Kohrs himself. And then we have two very special guests for you all here this evening that are going to be discussing all things NFTs. Then after we're done with that, I'll take about a 15-minute quick little intermission. I'll tell you guys about how you can join the TTG membership and platform, what's included, the free gift and savings that we have in store for those that are ready to join here before midnight tonight. And then I'm going to get to the main topics of the live that I want to go over with you guys. What's going on with Russia and Ukraine? How's that impacting the overall markets? Congratulations on my TTG fan. We locked in and secured a 115% gain on SPY put options today, but I entered a new position that you all are going to want to hear about. I'll tell you exactly what I think the market's going to do for the rest of the week and how I plan on making money from it. And then for those that are interested, we will close out this live stream by me showing you the entire TTG platform. I use the word platform very specifically because we're not just a chat room with courses. Please don't confuse us with some other programs that are out there. You are going to be getting over $4,000 of free and instant access to premium tools from companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Quote Media, CBOE, Polygon, Trade Ideas, ETNA, and more. So I will show you guys what that platform looks like later on this live stream. All right, folks, so without any further ado, we've got a lot to get into tonight, a lot to go over. NFTs, Russia, Ukraine, the overall market, so much to unpack here tonight. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Without any further ado, let's go here right now, guys. I want to bring on my business partner and co-founder, Adam, a.k.a. SUGE.
What's going on, man? You're getting really good at these intros.
You know what, man? I try. You know, I'm lucky. I'm fortunate.
Oh, wait, hang on. I got to move it like this so it's not weird. So I'm like looking at you.
Right, so you're looking like at me, and then I'll look this way, pretend like we're looking at each other. But you know what it is? There's this guy, and he's so good at writing these scripts for me. I don't know who this guy is, but I got to give it up to the script writer.
I feel like you just make this stuff up every night.
I do.
It just so happens that it's just
it just
exactly repetitive.
It just rolls off my tongue at this point.
Yeah, no, you do good.
You do good.
You do good. All right. So let's go ahead and bring on Mr. Matt Kohrs.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I saw you in chat today.
Yeah, I was pretty freaking stoked about making some money betting against the market. But let's see if this keeps going throughout the week. But yeah, no, definitely some serious money to be made on the volatility to the downside. And I was jazzed about it. All sorts of jazzed.
You had your spirit fingers out today?
I did. I couldn't even close in some of my trades because my spirit fingers were just going. It was problematic. I was like, I should have had a profit target. This is a problem. It's a trade-off, though. This is the kind of stuff that
I closed out my puts today.
I closed out some, but I still have I closed out my futures, like my bet against on the futures market, but I still have my UVXY calls because they're a little bit farther dated.
Oh, nice.
And
yeah, that's
I
great.
did, and I'm sure this will be discussed later. I was just reading though, the official response from like all of this from Russia. They're like, we didn't see it. We had a working meeting. And I was like, that's such a cool dip. They're like, we didn't even catch the interview. They said that. They're like, we had a working meeting. I was like, what does that mean? I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
We're going to break it all down. We'll break it all down later on in this live stream. We're going to get into Russia, Ukraine, the overall markets, 115% gain on SPY puts. But first, we've got some really special guests I want to go over with you guys, introduce you to. Adam, take it away, man.
Yep. So guys, listen up for a sec. So we get asked all the time. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, you know, maybe, and even at that point, there's a good chance that you still heard of crypto and specifically NFTs in the past year, and or even the past 24 months, and there's a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of like, well, what is it? And what people are seeing, what these headlines are, is what people know is they're seeing, you know, this picture of this, you know, of this ape sold for, you know, $300,000, or this NFT sold for $1 million, and people are like confused, concerned. You know, they know that there's some sort of an opportunity there, but they don't really understand it. And it just so happens that a good friend of mine is really, you know, her and her partner are really involved in the space. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to bring them on. So I want to introduce VP of the Hugh M. Hefner Foundation, former model turned traveler, entrepreneur, investor, and NFT collector, Crystal Hefner, and her partner, writer, actor, investor, entrepreneur, and NFT collector, Ryan Malaty. And I hope that I am pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Ryan, did I get the last name correct?
You got it. You actually even the T in Malaty. I don't even do that. I'd say Malaty. Lazy with it.
Yeah, we become very proficient at name pronunciation on here every night. So
Well done.
Right. So
Mike, Matt.
Yeah, no, awesome. Thanks for being on here, guys, to talk about NFTs. I know, you know, it's something we get a lot of questions about this stuff all the time. And, you know, unfortunately, I am not as into the NFT arena as I would like to be. So I'm just like the viewers tonight. I'm taking notes. I'm excited to hear everything that you guys have to say about it. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Ryan and Crystal, why don't you tell us a little bit how you got into NFTs? Because I know, at least Crystal, I know that, you know, you've been involved in modeling. I know you're involved. I think you're still involved in real estate for a while. How did you make the jump into NFTs?
Gosh, it was around February of last year, and I started learning about a website called Nifty Gateway, and I heard about Grimes, Elon's girlfriend at the time, doing a drop on Nifty Gateway. I thought the art was super cool. It sold out in seconds. They're like, oh, she made $6 million on this. I'm like, wow, this is so many people are interested. Obviously, if it sold out so fast. So I started looking into it. I started going in Clubhouse and joining a bunch of chats on NFTs. I met some artists like Render, Nest Graphics, and just kind of got into that world and became very fascinated by it. But I, again, was very new. I didn't even know how to, like, okay, I have to buy these with Ethereum. I don't know how to get dollars to Ethereum. So I started with a credit card on Nifty Gateway because you can use a credit card. And from there, I kind of learned. And now I'm kind of far in and have a lot of NFTs. And very excited about it. It's a community that's a lot of fun, and it reminds me of stocks in a way because you can watch your money grow and you can buy into projects that grow, and you have these really cool like JPEGs to go with it in this community. So it's fun. It's kind of like stocks with cute stocks.
Yeah.
Stocks that are nicer than just a bunch of letters.
Yeah, I was always a little bit confused with this is much I don't know, I really like it.
Nice. And Ryan?
Yeah, we kind of have similar stories, but coming out of business school, I was definitely more comfortable with trading stocks and options, and when I saw cryptocurrency kind of building up this popularity, it still didn't seem to have much utility to me. It was still just kind of like betting on a company's performance, and it really comes down to, just like almost anything else in this world, something is as valuable as people believe it to be, or as the market proves it to be through what they're willing to spend on things. But my buddy, about a year and a half ago, started trying to encourage me to buy these pictures of things, JPEGs, for real money. And I think I had the same thought that most people do initially. I'll just right click and save it. I took a screenshot. I think I sent it back to him. I said, "Look what I got." And he goes, "Oh, you bought it? That was a good price, right?" I'm like, "No, I didn't buy it. I took a screenshot." I said, and then a few days later, he told me that he made like 400% return on that same picture that he had bought, and I had screenshotted. So mine was worth a few laughs, and his was worth real US dollars, real fiat.
What was it, a picture? What was it?
It was a scribble of a chicken. It looked like fridge art. It looked like something, like a 4-year-old would do in preschool or something, you just, so I was like, I didn't really see the inherent value, but we're starting to understand that, there is value there. And especially if you know how to look for it, how to find it. And there's different ways to assess that value, and over different periods of time, you can kind of get an idea of like how much return you can have. There's definitely more risky ways of entering this space, and there's more secure ways of doing it as well. Just like with blue chip stocks, there are blue chip NFTs, and there are different ways that you can approach your investing strategy with NFTs. And we can certainly discuss some of those, some of the tools that you can use, maybe like a fast track. I know that a lot of people, we don't want to waste time with, if you want to Google a little bit about NFTs, or like find out like some of the basics about blockchain, you can certainly do that. But we would certainly like to help like give you some experiences that we've had to make our journey a little bit profitable and fun. Stuff that you can't really find on YouTube, or something you can only really find right here with us here in True Trading Group.
That's right.
Love it.
Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So when you say that your friend bought it and then made hundreds of % return, what did they do to do that? So they bought this image for Ethereum, and then what did they do after to make money with that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I can't remember which marketplace he was on, but you start off with an exchange, like you would with stocks. With your Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab or wherever. You start off with an exchange to buy some cryptocurrency and exchange your fiat, or what they call fiat would be like US dollars or euros or something, for crypto. So you get on an exchange like Coinbase or FTX or Binance, one of those, and you convert your dollars into a cryptocurrency that you want to spend on the NFT that exists on that blockchain. So most popularly, you have Ethereum, right? That's one of the most popular and expensive ways to enter. If you want to experiment and try something out in a smaller exchange or marketplace, try buying some Tezos or some Solana, and you can experiment with different marketplaces that trade those particular NFTs on that blockchain. The marketplace that is most popular for the Ethereum blockchain NFTs would be OpenSea. So you would buy some cryptocurrency on an exchange, and you would transfer that into a digital wallet. Most people use MetaMask, which is a Chrome extension you'd put on your Chrome web browser, and you would use that wallet to purchase NFTs on a marketplace like OpenSea. How he did it, I believe, was on, this was a couple of years ago, so OpenSea wasn't as popular. I think there was might have been a BitCloud or Bitski or one of those smaller ones that didn't quite blow up and we didn't quite make it. But and there weren't as many tools back then either. I mean, there's a lot of tools nowadays. You can use analytics tools to find and track how much volume a certain NFT collection is having and for what prices they're going for, and in real time. So you're able to execute those decisions with a little bit more confidence. I believe the way he did it back in the day was he bought something through, hearing about this artist and knowing that they had a lot of clout and hype, and so bought something that they dropped and released on the blockchain, and then just turned around and sold it for a profit a few days later. It was a little bit more archaic. I guess you could kind of compare it back to, Wall Street in the 20s, where people were yelling on the floor. I guess they still do that now.
Or
Like, but nowadays it's a little bit more sophisticated, but it's still the wild, wild west. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, Matt, I've heard you explain it before, and you explained it really, really well. Ryan made a comment about how Ethereum is more, is really expensive, and that's due to, obviously, I think what you're referring to is gas fees. And Matt, can you take a second and just kind of explain what that is?
Oh yeah, just for everyone listening, the highest level, it's just the fee, almost like in a weird sense, an add-on for it to get processed, for it to update like the ledger of who owns what. There's going to end up paying a fee, and right now Ethereum, for a multitude of reasons, is a little bit more expensive. I think actually recently it came down a little bit, but overall, relative to other current crypto projects such as Solana, which you brought up, definitely more of the expensive ones, but it does have that first mover advantage, Ethereum, so it gets the lion's share. I think a huge percentage of NFTs, I believe, are going to be Ethereum based, at least as of now.
The big ones are Bored Ape Yacht Club. What's the other one?
CryptoPunks.
Or CryptoPunks is Ethereum.
Dead Diaz. Azuki is like the #1 right now with the biggest volume. What are some?
What is it? So if somebody wants to go on tonight, right? And by no means are we saying, look, this live stream, what we're talking about is really to help educate you guys and give you kind of a baseline and an understanding, so you don't have to spend hours sifting through Google searches and YouTube videos where things are super complicated and you may or may not understand, and you may or may not know who you're listening to, right? But by no means are we telling you to go out, create a MetaMask account, or install MetaMask in your browser and go buy something tonight. What we're saying is just listen up and try and understand, because there's a huge interest here. But I preface that because my next question, I don't want to give the wrong impression, but if somebody were to want to go and buy their first NFT, what is it that, do they just look at like, hey, this is a cool picture and I like this picture? Or is there, I know to some degree that's part of it, right? Is really liking the art behind it, right? Because at the core of it, it really is like these digital collectibles, right? But I feel like there's got to be a little bit more to it than that, especially for the ones that are going to have staying power later on. So the question is, what if somebody wants to go buy their first NFT? Not so much the how, but what is it that they should look for? What makes this NFT a good investment versus another one, so on and so forth?
Yeah. Gosh, when I first started, I found an NFT that was inexpensive, and it was called Shabu Town Shibas, and it was pretty cheap, like $120. And I just thought it was cute, so I bought it. And I wouldn't do that with something more expensive. But as we went along, you start, Twitter is a big place for NFTs, so you can find different people and companies and community there. You can search on OpenSea and see what the trending NFTs are there. And then once you start diving in, like, you definitely have to do research and see what's out there. But once you start diving in, you can start learning more about these different NFT projects and what kind of community they have. What they come out with roadmaps that tell you once you buy this project, this is what you can expect down the line. A lot of the NFT projects will have like secondary NFTs that come out that are also valuable. So right now we have one called Dead Fellas, and we have their companions, which are dead friends, which are their pets. So as soon as those come out, then that makes us more money. Plus, we have these other NFTs, and so you look into community, and I guess what else would you try and look for?
So yeah, I mean, yeah, at its core, it's just a digital asset, and NFT, for those who I'm sure most people know, it's non-fungible token. So I can a dollar I can exchange for another dollar, or break it up into quarters. But a token, a non-fungible token, that's an image. You can't break it up. It's not replicable. So you're able to exchange things that when Adam brought up, oh, do I buy something because I like it? Well, you probably should like it, right? Initially you should like the art. That's gonna really speak volumes to like what other people might like as well. But there are definitely, it goes deeper than that. With just the aesthetic of something, that's important. But there's also the utility of it. I own an NFT that gives me access to a website that allows me to see the analytics of what's going on in the marketplace. Now that website, all it does is it verifies that that NFT exists in my wallet, and then it gives me access. So that's a straight utility. I could care less what it actually looks like. Actually, I did pick out one that looked a little cooler than the other. Still though, it's the utility of it. It gives me an allowance into a website. There's also the community factor, like Crystal mentioned. When Crystal picked up a Bored Ape from the Bored Ape Yacht Club, it was a big ticket item, but it traditionally has been trending upwards. It's what you call that blue chip token. But the phenomenon of Bored Ape Yacht Club is it gave people this exclusive access to a community. So there's community, there's aesthetic, there's utility, and there's ultimately investment opportunity. For a project there's two different ways you can approach it, right? You're talking about, how do I enter this game? How do I figure it out? A lot of people want to invest in something as early as possible, because after there's a decent market demand for it, the asset appreciates, and then you can sell it. There's also the other strategy would be to find something that is reputable and is going to be a little bit safer with your money. At the same time, you're also hedging your bet against the price of that cryptocurrency. So if I buy something that's on the Ethereum blockchain and I spend 1 Ethereum on it, I suppose however much I made depends on how much I bought that Ethereum for. If I buy something for 1 Ethereum, and then the price of Ethereum goes down, and then the demand for that NFT goes up, I could sell it for more Ethereum, but have I really made any money? And just like with stocks, you don't make or lose anything until you actually cash out. So another way to look at investing in NFTs is saying it's a little bit more of an exciting and dynamic way to invest in cryptocurrency itself. And if you take your cryptocurrency portfolio and you put it into NFTs that exist on that same blockchain, then you're basically allowing your cryptocurrency assets to fluctuate in more dynamic ways, because once you sell those NFTs, you'll get the same cryptocurrency back. So hopefully the crypto itself has appreciated as well. So you're kind of hedging your bet against crypto. If you wanted to experiment, I would start off with Tezos, because you can really put in maybe like $100. I would download the Temple wallet and go check out object.com. And like, maybe that was what I did. That's the first thing I did, just to like be like, am I?
I went like straight to Ethereum. I'm just like, I want all the cool ones.
Yeah, Crystal definitely is cooler than I am. I'm a little bit more, risk averse, and I like to definitely do all the research. And there are different red flags and green flags when looking for something to invest in, certain markers that you look for, and certain tools that you can use to make it a lot easier.
I have a quick follow-up to some of the things you're saying. So in the world of stock trading that a lot of people listening to, like they're more familiar with. So you have high frequency traders that can be in and out before like a human could blink. And then you have other people that they bought something at 20 and they held it to they were 60. Your view on NFTs, or maybe some of your active like trading, are you in and out quick, or are you more of do you find more success getting in a project that it seems like you're really a big emphasis on community, which drives some of the utility? Are you more of like, you want to get in early and then hold it for, let's say, a longer duration, or do you do a mixture of the two?
Yes, yes, and yes. All of it, and combinations of it. So there are definitely projects that you're like, okay, Crystal has a Bored Ape. That's a solid asset that has been historically appreciating over time. But there are also other projects that like to copy the success by using we call it derivatives, right? So you'd have an NFT project that comes out. Instead of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, you'll have the elderly ape retirement home, something that's funny and, kind of rides on the coattails of an already successful project. Something like that.
Make Jewish apes.
There you go. Exactly. Something like that. I would probably mint it, which means paying for it to come onto the blockchain. And then I would try to sell it right away. I would try to flip it. And you used certain tools to find out when mints are coming. You can find out which projects are being hyped the most, so you can buy and sell right away. I like to, flipping is, seen as,
But some you have to.
Yeah.
I remember there was one that I bought. It was like $1,000 or something. It was the hype bears, and before they were revealed, they just looked like they'd be so awesome. They had so many people in the Discord, and as soon as they revealed, the art was just, it was like subpar. So I'm like, okay, I think these are going to go down quick. So we sold it. We sold it, and we got a profit, and we got out.
There are some projects that you buy and you hold for several reasons. One could be traditionally it's appreciating. Another could be that holding that token gives you access to certain things, or that company that came out with that NFT, they could say, if you hold this token, we're going to be giving you an airdrop of another token, or we're going to give you access to a certain thing, or a play to earn game. If anyone's out there ever played Fortnite and you bought a skin because you thought it looked cool, well, that's an NFT. Imagine if you could buy a cool skin and sell it later. Or imagine if while you're playing Fortnite, you're making real cryptocurrency just for playing. So there are different tokens that you want to hold for long term. There's different ones you want to sell right away, and there's some traders who have the tactic of buying a few, or maybe like 5 or 10, and selling a few right away, getting your investment back, and then holding a couple or holding a few just to as a hedge against the long-term investment, right?
Mike, what is it Jason does? He what is it? The hold a Kohrs,
trade a core, hold a core, which is like in a trading sense. Just for anyone that's listening that doesn't understand that term, it's if you said, okay, I wanted to put $10,000 into Tesla, and Tesla went up by 30-40%. Some people would then sell some of that position, take some profit, and then when Tesla pulls back in, they then buy it back. But they hold a piece of that initial investment, and then they will trade actively as the price goes up and down. They will trade a piece of that position, and that's like trade a core, hold a core.
Yeah. So I want to follow up a question here. And so you guys, obviously, everyone here knows who Gary Vaynerchuk is, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I mean, I know a lot of people like him. He's not my cup of tea, but it's neither here nor there. In an interview with CNBC, Gary Vaynerchuk said 98% of NFT projects will fail. He also, coincidentally, is the creator of VeeFriends NFT series. The cheapest of his NFTs sells for about $41,000.
Right? I assume he's in the 2%.
Of course he is.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah. So you get that mommy and daddy wine money, bro, and you just you're good. So Crystal, Ryan, do you agree with his sentiment, and why or why not?
I think completely we agree, because we see so many not so good projects dropping every single day. Lots of them you can tell weren't done well or just trying to be a cash grab. I think he's absolutely right. And he was one of the early adopters and got in pretty early. So he has a lot of his are hand sketches. They do really, really well. But
Yeah, you know, and when you're, it's kind of like with any other emerging market or technology. When you're first to the game, you definitely have an advantage. You know, when you're one of the first YouTubers, you're going to end up kind of getting more subscribers just naturally because you're first. Doesn't necessarily mean you're best. So I think a lot of people did get kind of lucky entering the marketplaces early. Now, 98%, I don't know if that's accurate. I think the sentiment though is pretty accurate. It's when you come out with an NFT collection, you're basically a business. You're a company. A lot of people don't see it that way. It's like, oh, I'm just slinging Pokemon cards and Beanie Babies over here. But in reality, the collections that are successful are treated like a business, and most businesses fail, right? They do. So if a collection comes out from a really good team or a reputable company, you're starting to see more corporations take it seriously. Nike just acquired this company called Artifact, which and Nike doesn't acquire companies very often. I think I heard that it's only the second company they've ever bought in the history of their existence. So it speaks to volumes to the space. But yeah, like we were talking about earlier, there are a lot of different ways to vet these new companies or collections to give yourself more confidence to invest in them, because most of them will inevitably fail. I mean, right now we're in this wild, wild west, this, you know, everyone's excited about it. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity to make money. Bull and bear markets are kind of happening at a real volatile rate within this marketplace. And yeah, so there are definitely signs of what to look for when shopping and looking to invest, just like you would with any stock. You would look into the company, and you would look into the leadership, and you'd look into, you know, their quarterlies, and you know their, you know, what they have planned for the future. A lot of it is an emotional decision based on your belief in that company, or your willingness to risk based on those beliefs. But a lot of it's just math, you know, analytics. I could really care less if it's a scribble of a doodle or some 3D rendered, you know, Taj Mahal. I want to know, you know, what's the realistic chance I can appreciate my money when putting it in.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. I just want to, because like, you know, as I understand, like you were talking about how a lot of the NFTs have a utility and they can give you access to certain things. I mean, you can get access to sporting events, you can access to like this, you know, the private club, and there's all these different utilities that gives you access to that website that you were mentioning. Is there a direct correlation that you're seeing with some of the higher price NFTs, like the NFTs that are selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars? Like, are they all utility related, or are there some that are just a digital piece of art with real no utility to get you access to something like that? Or is it just kind of a mixture of both? Or is there anything distinct that you're seeing between something that has like a really good utility versus something that you might like just because it looks cool?
Yeah, I think like Bored Ape is definitely the utility. They have Ape Fest coming up, and everyone knows that, you know, a lot of celebrities have them. So they want to ape in and go to these parties and hopefully run into any of them. But there's others that when you were asking that, I was thinking of this artist that generative art that does really well. So there are some that aren't necessarily.
Yeah, so there I would say a mixture of both. A lot of times with these successful projects, the utility comes later, because ultimately they put in a certain amount of money to pay the artist, or, you know, they're just people trying to put together a cool project. And then all of a sudden, through some kind of social phenomenon, they're getting this injection of money, right? With Bored Apes, they never intended, or well, I guess maybe not intention was to succeed, but they never could have guessed that they would be getting tens of millions of dollars a month from people trading their. By the way, you know, people should know that every single time an NFT is bought and sold, more often than not, the creators get a royalty from it. So this is how you're seeing a lot of these companies generate a lot of revenue really quickly.
And the cool thing is it's very transparent, so you can go on OpenSea and see what they're making.
And it's transparent, but it's also because it's decentralized. It's tends to be anonymous, right? So a lot of these really successful projects, you don't know who these people are. But to get back to your question, utility sometimes comes later based on how successful that product is. A lot of times you want to see, let's say, okay, they're making a lot of money. You would kind of expect them to employ some kind of utility. A lot of projects, just based on their scarcity, you'll see them go up. Like Crystal mentioned, there's a generative artist named Tyler Hobbs, came out with a project called Fidenza. And the floor would be the lowest price you can get one of his pieces for. Went up to like, think of like 100 Ethereum, which was, about $300,000.
Wow.
And why? Because he's a pioneer of generative art, and there's only so many of them, and people like scarcity. Does it really have a utility other than bragging rights and the fact that, there's only one Tyler Hobbs and there's only one Fidenza collection? I don't know. I haven't looked too much into that particular project, but you're starting to see more projects understand that the long-term value does come with utility. So that's something that a lot of projects are trying to instill right away. They're trying to put a lot of, generate capital to create some kind of video game that earns you coin, or they're trying to start off with collaborations with other blue chip projects that can initially ship them off into that higher price range. There really is no real way to predict which project is going to go up, like VFriends or a Bored Ape Yacht Club. But there are indicators as to what might lead something a little bit up the road in that direction. However, when you're looking at new projects, that also tends to be a red flag as well, because you don't want to have something that's going to overpromise and underdeliver. So when you're shopping around for a new project and you see that they're promising that you're going to be able to, stake your NFT and make coin passively, or you're going to have exclusive access to whitelists, or basically an allowance list to allow you to mint cool projects before anyone else gets to. These are real utilities, but again, it's important to see who the team is, and if you don't know who they are, maybe you can see what other things they've worked on, because on the blockchain, the ledger is written for all time, can't be changed, and you can always look back into the history of what people have been doing with their money, with their ETH, and with their time.
That's awesome. I think it sounds like a lot of the same, steps or process to be a really good NFT investor. It's a lot of the same things, you see on the stock side of things. Like, nobody really knows if a stock's going to go up or down. Like, nobody knows, what's going to be the next GameStop or AMC, or what's going to be the next Tesla. But what do? When you invest in a company, you make sure you understand who the management team is, that who's running the show. And that's like you guys looking at the company that's doing the creating. You follow the news flow within the company. That, I guess, would be similar to following the analytics and the social network and the social community that's behind that project. It's a lot of the same things that you want to be looking for. And then also, diversification, not putting all your eggs into one stock, not putting all your eggs into one NFT.
Exactly. And then you also have resources like this, like True Trading Group. We'll be able to give it, I guess you don't really consider it insider information, but it is like information that is it's valuable, because you have a lot of collective minds coming together with something that maybe the mass market hasn't heard of yet, or they haven't, it's not in the pulse of the marketplace yet. And we call that alpha. I don't know if you guys call it alpha here too, right? So, and there are places to find that alpha. Namely, you'll find those either on Twitter or on Discord. Discord's the big one where these communities tend to consolidate. There's also NFTs that you can purchase to gain access to certain alpha groups, they call them. So just like with True Trading Group, there are like-minded individuals out there who they say, okay, hey, I know this artist personally, and they're gonna be releasing something here soon, and make sure to buy this NFT because that gives you a spot on the list to be able to buy that one, when it mints for cheap. And so there's stuff like that where, eventually.
Like, I got my render crystals so that I could, get his next thing when it comes out. So there's definitely like groups, but
there are ways, yeah.
So, one of the things I want to share with everyone on here is that even if some of the stuff we're talking right now is a little bit like above your head, or it sounds great, or you're kind of getting it for the first time, the important thing to really consider here is that there has never been you heard us talk about it earlier, and you said, well, if you start buying and selling NFTs, I believe Ryan said, which I agree with him, is, you're essentially running your own business, right? And then, when Mike says it all the time, and Matt has said it before too, when you trade stocks and you're trading for a living, you are the ultimate entrepreneur. We are all living right now in a time where it has never been easier to bridge the gap between the top 1% and wherever it is that you're at. Okay? It is literally, I'm trying to convey this into words to people. Yeah, do I want you guys to sign up for True Trading Group? Absolutely, because the only thing I love more than money is your money. But what I want you guys to understand is whether or not you sign up for True Trading Group or not, whether, whatever you do, understand that this, NFTs and crypto and stocks, and we're really living in a time where anyone can kind of reach that next level of financial independence or financial security or even just creativity, right? So that's really the opportunity here is so much more than just, I'm going to put, take a JPEG and put it online, right? You are watching digital markets and new forms of currency come into existence and create wealth for people. And you have and if you have an internet connection and a couple $1,000, you have the opportunity to get in on it as well. Yeah. But you also have the opportunity to get, screwed out of your money too. So you want to know what it is that you're looking at. You want to take your time. You want to do your research and your homework. If this is the first time you've heard about NFTs, I think the worst thing you can do is leave this live stream and, go buy one with no experience. Do a little bit of homework, in fact, and if you're creative, it's not that difficult to create your own NFT. OpenSea makes it idiot proof. Okay. So you could even create your own collection and sell it. So I just think that, aside from, that's what your trading group is, man. You take, Mike had 3 big trades today. Matt made money today. And now we're talking with Ryan and Crystal, who are, who are making money and being successful with with their NFT projects. And all of that comes together and it creates different forms of opportunity for people in here. So, with that, I want to say, Ryan and Crystal, thank you so much for coming on. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It's very, very awesome.
Yeah,
I've got one last question before we let you guys go. Are there any specific NFT projects?
I'm just gonna ask that one.
Any NFT projects, current or upcoming, that you guys are excited about, that you're paying attention to, you got your eyes on?
Oh man, just one.
We have Dead Fellas, and that was created by a husband and wife team, and her name is Betty. On her Instagram, she says how she didn't know how she was going to make ends meet with 3 daughters, one still breastfeeding, and now they're multimillionaires, created this whole company. I'm so proud of them. So Dead Fellas is one. Crypto Skulls is another one that because I aped in kind of high with the Bored Ape, okay, I'm not going to try and CryptoPunk because that's high as well. So one of the coolest OG projects that I saw is Crypto Skulls, and they are at an affordable price point, and it goes up and down, but they're an OG project that I think will be around for a while. And then what else do we have?
We're excited. I'm excited about seeing it's so funny because in this world, artists are not known necessarily for their name, but their pseudonym. So there's an artist named Fuck Render, and it's spelled FVCK. So it's can we say that? Can we say that? It's a V.
F-bombs. We had somebody on here last night just dropping F-bombs. I mean,
I guess every couple.
It's an 18 and over show. My kids aren't here.
There you go. Yeah, it's. And that's the crazy thing with crypto. You don't need to.
I'm looking at all my.
You just could be like 12 years old, like out there, like the top
I think
traders.
this is a good project, Woodies.
Oh yeah, she loves her woodies.
They're base. They plant trees. The developers are just really know what they're doing.
There's
there's
a lot.
We go on
I
and
think
on.
the coolest thing. My little brother is a visual artist. Went to art school, and coming out of art school, he was so just defeated by the fact that you had to just like hustle so hard to make any kind of money being an artist. And now you're seeing these artists that are like driving Maseratis, and everyone knows their name, and it's like they're the new celebrities in this world. And it's really cool. So honestly, there's a lot of artists out there that we're keeping our eyes on.
And photographers. One
and
of my photographer
photographers
friends is
and-
like, I made $400,000 last year, like just selling my art as or my photography as NFTs.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. It's like a whole new world for people. And
Wow.
like you're saying, Adam, like it bridges the gap between 1% and everywhere else. So it's
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mike Winkelmann, Beeple.
oh yeah.
Love
I mean,
that.
it's just
Yeah,
mind blowing. The
And good for
human
him.
one. Oh my god.
And we love to see as a society people who are like these, starving artists and really bleeding for their art for so long, finally getting some kind of compensation for their practice and their purpose.
Yeah.
And you see that with someone like Beeple, who's been doing it every day for so long.
He gives it away for free. All of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for
So,
him.
someday we'll see blockchain like becoming something else. But for right now, it's this fun Pokemon card Beanie Baby type, vibe and the Wild West. And
We're doing pretty well.
and we're all here for it.
Yeah, why not? You got to make hay while the sun is shining, and I think that better to be educated, educated and know what you're doing than ignorant and trying to be lucky. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
guys,
Definitely.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Ryan's really nice to meet you as well.
Yeah,
And-
pleasure. Anytime.
Yeah, and Crystal, thank you so much for doing it. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
that's amazing. I feel like I watch all the time, and now I'm here, so it's very cool.
it. Awesome. All right, guys, have an awesome night. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Take
Bye.
care.
I love them.
Yeah, that was just really, really, really nice. Really nice.
They are, dude. Ryan seems awesome, but I've known Crystal for a while. She is one of the most lovely people that like I have ever met. Really, just like a solid, like good person. So, and he seems awesome too. So that's great.
I feel like I need to read more of those like discords because I have like quite a few NFTs and some are worth nothing and other ones have like 10x of value. So it sounds like I should be reading what's actually going on in the communities.
Yeah,
I guess I never got to step 2. I just bought. I was like, let's see how this goes.
I
Ryan's
can't
good
I can't go on Discord anymore.
Why not?
It's mentally is unhealthy.
Oh, that's interesting. I feel like that's kind of cool because a lot of time when people talk about NFTs, they're just like, oh, like whatever. And they don't focus on the fact that this world is always supply and demand. Like what's interesting to me is it's all about like, what are you going to buy it for? And I think some people have issues with NFTs because they don't understand the scarcity aspect of it. And I get that when there's no utility. But when there is utility, well, right there, that's the supply and demand. Like even if it's a painting that or whatever, a piece of digital art that's for millions of dollars, well, if it gets you access to all these other people who apparently have money because they also own one, well, that might be a community that you want to be a part of. To me, that's no different than a social club in LA or New York, like whatever. If that's your utility, that's your utility. So it's kind of interesting because most of the time I think there's a lot of like word vomit, but for them to focus on like those specifics, like to me, that's anything. That's what the stock market is. The future is the option. It's supply and demand. Like if there's a finite supply and demand is changing, well, the equilibrium of the crossover is going to be the price of whatever it is that you're talking about it. And that's just literally how markets work. It is a market.
Yeah. So Matt, what's your schedule like tonight?
I don't know. I should eat dinner at some point. my scheduled dinner.
All right. So then real quick, Mike, let's skip the 15-minute sales intermission right now.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into, guys, let's pivot over to the overall markets. and let's have a little bit of a conversation of what took place in the overall markets today. And maybe, Matt, just hang out for like another 5-10 minutes. Let's just get some commentary on it. And then I know Mike wants to break down. We had just such a monster day inside of chat. And your boy TCH freaking killed it today too, I think.
Yeah, he's been like stoked for sure. And like it's nice for those of you listening who don't know TCH, he's like part of the Moon Game with me. He's actually one of my moderators, and it's always nice to really rely on him, because when I'm talking about it on my stream, well, that's a member right there who's like literally already paid for his membership. So it's nice to have like that real world example. But if you want to break down yours and everything second, Mike, I guess I could kind of go over some of the things that I did. Maybe we could lean in that and just talk about like the overall market.
Throw up chart.
Okay. Sounds good.
Throw up the chart, Mike.
Well, we're waiting for that. I mean, for those of you who are just tuning in, maybe you were like working or something today. Obviously, continued volatility with Russia, Ukraine. For those of you who want to know a little bit more about the geopolitical situation, really what went down over the weekend was it's a weird tit for tat. Like I almost think of it of like when you were a kid and you're like fighting with your sibling, like I'm not touching you. That was it. Just this is on a very like global scale that could lead to World War III. And the whole thing was, do not invade Ukraine. That was the line, like, do not touch me. And then what President Putin did of Russia was he independently recognized these two regions as their standalone independent states. And he put military personnel in there. He's like, well, technically I didn't touch you because they weren't part of Ukraine. And everyone's like, you can't just do that. You can't just call these regions other regions. Like it was very much that, except like potentially literally dire consequences. So that's what happened yesterday. And then just because the time zones, as we were sleeping and getting up, the UK hit them with sanctions related to economic sanctions. And you can tell Russia's been preparing for this. I think they have $631 billion in foreign currency reserves just so they can keep business as normal. But once again, this is just extending the runway. Like eventually these sanctions, because US hit them with sanctions today too. I believe President Biden was speaking around 2:30-ish ET. So they're hitting them with sanctions. So basically do what they can to hurt their economy. And this is going to lead to various things. But overall, things are down because even this, I think it was JP Morgan was saying, this might get so out of hand that it actually might give the Federal Reserve a reason to actually be a little bit more dovish and continue the inflation, pushing it higher and higher. And if you're listening to Mike at all in here, we always are talking about monetary policy and how bad inflation is. So this is a whole wild debacle. And the one thing I really want to focus on is on the intraday chart. Even at my stream, I was getting a lot of questions of, he went live on TV and was announcing sanctions. How in the world did that lead to a bounce? I would love your reasoning on it, Mike, but my reasoning of the breakdown here is the market hates unknowns. As we were going into said meeting, no one knew what he was going to say. There was expectations that it was just going to be the sanctions of exactly what happened, but he might say, hey, man, everyone buckle up, we're going to war. It was just more the point that it was unknown. And then when he started speaking, it was pretty much in line with people are like, okay, these are the first tranche of sanctions that the world is expecting. We can calm down at least for this 1, 2, 3 hour period and like kind of hit the game again tomorrow. That was my reasoning for it. I'd love to hear yours, Mike. And then I could share some of my personal opinions of where my positions are right now and what I'm doing with more of my active trades.
Yeah. So as people that follow my channel, you guys know now, if you follow my channel for a while, I've been in SPY put options now since last week. I closed those options out today. I damn near almost bottom ticked the SPY. Okay. I literally closed out my put options right here. Not because I knew the markets were going to turn around at that moment. It's just that 426, 427 was my target because there was just such a key level of just a major level of support down there. And I'll just go back to the daily chart just real quick. I'll just show you guys this level where the support level comes from, and I'll draw it right across my screen. And then there you guys will see this is a major support level back from September and October from that sell-off. Yes, we have this big tail here where we overshot that level, but then you'll see these 4 consecutive days, a strong level of support there. So that was my target. Like that was my target for these put options. And then you had Biden coming out and speaking. And my thoughts on why the markets moved higher. And now, again, full disclosure, I've now flipped the script. I'm now in call options. So for those that are following along at home, I exited my put options. That was 115% gain. I've now gotten myself into March 4th, $432 call options. I'm long those call options from $6.34. We've already taken some profits off at $7.63. And I'm still long some of these calls, looking for a bounce back day tomorrow. But let me give you guys my insight on why I believe that the markets did bounce after Biden's speech. Now, a lot of people might say, okay, well, this isn't good. I mean, we're putting sanctions on Russia, so that's a bad thing, right? Reason why I think that the markets moved higher is because the United States put sanctions on Russia, but they did not throw the kitchen sink at Russia. Now, that's very, very important that they did not throw the kitchen sink because, Matt, to your point very specifically, where you're like, hey, I'm not touching you, like Putin really kind of like walking like the gray line of like, oh, well, I didn't invade Ukraine. I just took over these regions that are independent states anyway. And Russia has been there since 2014. Russia-backed militias. There's been fighting going on in those regions of eastern Ukraine since 2014. So he basically was just like, oh, I'm here. Oh, but I didn't really invade Ukraine. Now, it's important that we didn't come out today and go throw every single sanction we possibly could at Russia, because then there's nothing left. We're not going to we're not going to respond in a military conflict to Russia. We're not going to send U.S. troops to defend Ukraine. So the only thing that we're going to do is sanctions. But if you throw the kitchen sink at them after just going into those states, well, what Putin is considering states of eastern Ukraine, it leaves nothing else if Putin advances deeper into Ukraine and starts to move towards the capital of Kiev. So, but the sanctions at the same time are enough from a financial standpoint to where Russia might feel it. And I feel like the markets moved higher because now, and I said this on my live stream last night, that I believe there was going to be a diplomatic de-escalation later this week that can help the markets move higher. And I believe that the markets took Biden's speech today, the sanctions that the U.S. is putting on Russia, as a launch pad, okay, for diplomacy, where Putin comes in, takes eastern Ukraine, can still show face, can show he's serious, can get what he wants, which is Ukraine better not go into NATO, and NATO better stop moving east. NATO, you stay right where you are, because Putin does not want NATO on his border. Okay, because by NATO law, if any NATO country goes to war, all NATO countries go to war. Putin does not want NATO countries on his doorstep. That's why he said, Ukraine, you are not allowed to enter NATO. That's where this whole thing came from. And now I believe the sanctions that we put on Russia is enough for now a discussion to be had. And I think that's what the markets took from this. Sanctions, yeah, sanctions aren't good. That's not a de-escalation, but it sets the stage for a potential de-escalation. And I'm looking at this as, all right, the markets are at a major technical support level. And now if there is between today, tomorrow, or the next 24 to 48 hours, if there is a news headline that Biden and Putin are going to have a phone call, market's going higher, because it's going to show that there still is room for diplomacy. And Biden finished and closed his speech with one line. And it was, I'm still hopeful that there's diplomacy, that there's a diplomatic, or they're still hopeful for diplomacy, something like that. Which was basically, it's like, hey, Putin, when you listen to this, I'm letting you know, like, the door's still open.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the markets moved higher after his speech. And that's why I got myself into call options. So I ripped off the profit on the puts. I got myself into some calls. Not a huge position. I still want to protect my profit from the puts, but we've already ripped off like 20+% gain on the call options. I'm holding into tomorrow. I do think that tomorrow into Thursday, I think the markets move higher if we get de-escalation. And I'm thinking that by tomorrow into Thursday, I think we get de-escalation. And I think that there's a window for diplomacy, and the markets can move higher.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. My big money on this was actually through the futures market. For those of you who know about futures, it was the front contract on the S&P 500, the ESH22. I had the levels marked out at 430 and 428. I had two. I locked it in. I was actually in chat when I said I took some of those. We hit 428. That was my other one. I actually sold some SPY bear call spreads. So on that one, I sold it 448 by 449. So I'm so far away at this point that I'm just going to let those expire and take the full game. The only other thing I have on the table is a UVXY call, and that's March 4th. And this, relative to those three positions, is actually small. And now that's just like my hedge in case something crazy happens one of these nights. But other than that, I don't know if at this point I like the direction of the SPY bounce with like a diplomatic solution, but I don't know if I would necessarily play it through the SPY calls. And just for those of you who are listening, my reasoning for that is, if you're right, in a certain sense, you're also inherently long for a longer term thing because your volatility is going to go down. So like being right is also kind of inherently being wrong because volatility will like kind of cool off. So I like that sentiment. I actually might flip it and do UVXY puts. So it's the same overall thing. It's just like I'm using the pricing mechanism of options to my advantage.
And
but,
they're a lot cheaper too. They're
yeah.
For everyone that's listening, the UVXY options will be a lot cheaper than the SPY options because of the volatility that Matt's talking about. The volatility, the IV on your SPY options are higher, and you're getting a more expensive. Like I said, I bought those contracts for $6.24, I believe it was. So I mean, your UVXYs are probably in the $1 to $2 range, I would assume, somewhere in that region.
Yeah, definitely. So I like that, and I'll be listening. I think the craziness of this week, it's still going to be volatile, but relative to the insanity we've seen over the past like half of week of trading, it's not going to be at that level. It can be, obviously, if something nuts happens, but I really do think they're setting up the door. We had technical support. It's funny how that stuff works out. Like all of a sudden we're getting this right at key technical support. It could still break either way. No, Mike nor myself are telling you like it has to do this, but I don't really see either side wanting a global armed conflict. It's just not going to be in their best advantage. It's going to be like, let's posture, let's show to our citizens how tough we are. But in the end, we're going to end up like solving this like at a meeting. It's going to be a Zoom call that we get to the bottom of like what's actually going on here. That's what I'm looking at. I'm really watching that 427, 428 level. If those break, then I'm watching 421. But until then, I'm range bound between 428 and pretty much the 200 simple moving average, 444-ish right there, just playing this ping pong back and forth.
Yeah, I'm playing this. I'll pull up the daily chart and I'll just walk you guys through, because even though I'm in call options right now, I still do maintain a bearish sentiment. It's the first time I've really been in call options in 2022. I mean, I've made all my money on put options here so far. And all I'm looking for, folks, all right, here's that support level, right? So there's that support level. And I'm looking for just a little bit of a bounce that looks like that. Nothing crazy. I'm not looking for this. Okay. I'm not, looking for all-time high. I'm looking for a little bit of a move back to around 438, 440-ish. And then I'm looking for this 200-day moving average to start to curl itself down and then find resistance here and then work your way back down. And then, you know what that lines up perfectly with? The Fed meeting on March 16th. And then the Fed will determine, do we break beneath the January low, or do we then hold that level and then start to bounce back? Okay, but I believe that that's the type of price action that we're going to be getting. I'm going to position size myself for that. So I'm basically in like a 2-day call option. I'm thinking that we might move higher over the next like 2 days as you get some diplomacy. But then, the markets realize, well, wait a second, did we really experience these drawdowns because of Russia? I mean, did the markets really care about Russia, Ukraine, or was this just an excuse that the markets used to sell off because everyone's still concerned about the Fed and they're concerned about inflation and the Fed, orchestrating a soft landing or not? And I still think that is by far the bigger catalyst that the markets really, really care about, that has much more longer lasting effect than this Russia-Ukraine situation. So I'm looking for like maybe a 2-day bounce, but then I'll probably be taking those call options off the table, looking to maybe reload puts up at that 200-day and then look for us to move back down. And then you're going to have the Fed meeting on March 16th, and then all bets are off, and it depends on what the Fed does.
I'm right there with you. I don't know what the exact technical name is, but to me, like at least in my streams, I always refer to it as the bouncing ball, where it bounces a little bit lower each time. And that's what I'm seeing right here. We went up and it's bouncing, and I'm looking, especially such an important level. It's a very rare event to break through such a major support in this case, or resistance on the top side on attempt one. You have to absorb some of that supply. And I'm looking at that bouncing ball play out right here.
And honestly, if we're right, you're going to form a beautiful descending triangle. And I'll draw it out for those. You would form something that looks like this. Okay. This is exactly what you would form. All right. You'd have the little bit of a bounce and then the move lower. And that's what you would have. And that's the bouncing ball that Matt's talking about. You can also call this a descending triangle, where you have, okay, lower highs that continue to get put in on this downtrend resistance line with a horizontal support level. And then eventually you come to an inflection point where these two trend lines will meet. And, you know, depending on what the Fed does, will determine which one of these trend lines break. So I think we're set up perfectly from a technical standpoint, from a fundamental catalyst between this whole Russia-Ukraine situation, to really play out this descending triangle. And then it's up to the Fed. Do we break under or do we break above? And I think that that's really how the next month of trading is going to go. And that's how I'm going to position myself.
Right there with you. I like it. I like it. I like it. Also, I've noticed a bigger thing right now and this is the Warren Buffett thing of be greedy when others are fearful, and obviously vice versa. Today, it's always funny how like everyone on Twitter, it's going down, crater, capitulation, and we ended up getting a little bit of a bounce. And then all of a sudden, previously, we're bouncing, we recapture the 200 moving average, and then bam, we sell off. This sentiment of fading really what the public is doing, I don't know, but for the past month, it seems to be spot on. Of just like whatever I see, I'm like, yeah, maybe I should do the opposite.
Yeah, do the opposite. I think we're in an environment now. For the last many years, it's just been a buy the dip. And for the first time in many, many years, I am shorting rallies. You know, it's what I've done. I did that. I shorted this rally, this bounce, okay, is where I got put options on. Oops, I didn't mean to go back that far. Let me move this. Okay, so far, every single significant bounce that we've experienced so far this year, I got puts on this, and we caught this move. Okay, I got puts on here. We caught this move. I got puts again up here. We caught this move, and I got puts here. We caught this move. So I have literally just been shorting all of these rallies that we've been getting in the market, and it's been paying me beautifully. And I'm going to continue that until the Fed proves to the market that they're going to orchestrate a soft landing. Orchestrating a soft landing is very difficult, folks. The Fed has a damn near impossible task, and that's to slow down the highest inflation we've had in over 40 years without slowing down the economy. It's a very, very, very difficult thing to do.
In YouTube land, one thing that was going on is with Meet Kevin, one of the biggest finance YouTubers, and that's been his thing over the past couple of years. When it dips, he is like very into that. He's like, I am buying the dip. I am buying the dip. And recently he got a whole host of shit because he's like, I'm not buying this dip. And what's interesting is on a given day, if we were talking, well, I can't use February as, 2021. No, that would actually work. February 2021, that was a completely different like macroeconomic environment. There was a very legitimate argument like, hey, man, the Fed's backstopping everything. They're paying for all of our like gambling in case it doesn't go right. Not every single trading day, not every single trading month, year is built the same. And that's really what's going on with like Kevin's argument is like, this is different now. We have inflation. The Fed is not helping us anymore. So this change, and you get this like on a larger time frame, you're going to have these ups and you're going to have these downs. One of these days, no one on the planet knows how long this will last. There's good estimates, there's bad estimates. It's an ebb and flow, folks. That's what this is. The name of the game is identify the regime. Name of the game is identify the trend. You play the trend and you identify when the trend is changing. It's just wash, rinse, and repeat. It's not always as soon as someone convinces you to be a bull. You don't have to be a perma bull till the day you die. You should be, what is the trend? Wake up in the morning and ask yourself, what is going on? You play that trend.
It's exactly what I said too. Beginning of the year, this is going to be the year of the active trader, not just the perma bull, the perma bear, the year of the active trader. We got a comment here I just want to touch upon. We got Sally Gold. You guys obviously know what you're talking about. Thank you. Even though most of this is over my head, will I learn this as a member, and is it worth the money you are charging? First and foremost, if anyone is listening to this live stream, if any of the things that we're discussing sounds foreign to you, or if it's just over your head, you're like, what are these guys talking about? Do not worry about it. I promise you, as a member of True Trading Group, you will understand every single thing that we are talking about right now, and you will be able to repeat all of this back to me without me having to say it first. And I can guarantee that you will learn all of this stuff as a member of True Trading Group. And then to answer your question about, is it worth the money that we're charging? I'll tell you what, Sally, I'm not going to answer that question. I will let other members themselves answer that question, people that are members of True Trading Group. But before I do, I'd like for them to see, I'd like to prove to you how many people that are part of the TG family that are making money, because that's really what it comes down to. Results matter at True Trading Group, and your results and your success can be measured through your P&L. So let's actually ask. Guys, I'm talking directly to members of True Trading Group right now, and I'm being very simple with my question. Are you making money with True Trading Group? If that answer is yes, I'd like for you to type the number 1 in chat right now. Sally and anybody else that has a similar question, I'd like for you to just pay attention to nothing other than the amount of number 1s that are going to come through the side of the screen right now. These number 1s are members that are telling you that they're making money with True Trading Group. A lot of these people had absolutely no idea what they were doing before they joined. A lot of these people never traded a stock a day in their life. A lot of these people didn't even know what the SPY was, never mind how to trade options. But yet now here they are making money and telling you how they're performing. And this is what I mean by results matter. I think it's always better, instead of me answering these questions for you, I think it's always better to get the question answered from members themselves directly. All right. So there you guys can see all those people that are commenting and typing number 1 in chat right there. So there's that. Okay. So touching on another question that I saw, I believe this was another person, Susan Barrett, I believe, was the question that I saw. And her question was, do you have to be in the chat room to get the benefit? Do you have to, I was asking members, in order to really get the benefit, are you sitting in the chat room all day long? Okay. And this is another question that I think it's better off, because I am in the chat room all day long. So it's really easy for me to say that, right? But the majority of our members, Susan, work full-time jobs. Okay. The majority of them are not able to be sitting in front of the computer screen all day long, like Matt, myself, like Adam. We're able to do that. We do this for a living. Okay. But there's a lot of people that also have full-time jobs. So let's ask members again. Let's ask members that question. I'd like my members of True Trading Group now. I'm going to be very specific with my question again. Are you making money with True Trading Group while working a full-time job? Now, if that answer is yes, I'd like for you to type the letter I, and then also tell me what you do for a living. Like, what's your profession? What do you do for your career? So Susan, also Sally, anybody else that has the same question, I would advise you to just read some of these comments that come through chat. I'll read you a couple of them too. Here we go. All right. We got a general contractor, construction, restoration construction, network administrator, school janitor, U.S. Navy. Thank you for your service. A manager, more construction. Wow, a lot of construction. Gas station, nurse, real estate, cook, sales, maintenance, tile setter, bartender, ESL teacher, graphic design, live event marketing. I work at a hotel. Duck Lord.
For a bit of clarification of like how this is possible, like with all these jobs, within this, there are various moderators and there's various types of trading. Some people are active, and then there's other moderators and people trading in here who are going to be longer term swing trading. You can find a trading style that will be appropriate for your life and your vocation.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, guys, it's not. A lot of people may not realize. I mean, I know you see me up here every night on these live streams, but I'm not the only trader in True Trading Group, folks. There's 8 other professional traders that are moderators in chat from pre-market till after hours that are calling out trades and are identifying opportunities for you guys and providing market commentary. So very easy to follow along with our stuff. We have a mobile app as well. So Susan, if you're concerned about not being in chat, we have a mobile app that you can use on iPhone or Android. You can still be connected to our chat room, see the screen share, listen to the audio analysis as we all talk on the microphone, but you're also going to get real-time push notifications whenever one of the mods enters or exits the trade. And that mobile app is a real help for people that work full-time jobs. And that way people can still follow along with what's going on. They can listen, they can get the trade announcements in real time without any delay, and they can act accordingly based on their own schedule. So very important you guys have access to all of that. We really built True Trading Group specifically for people with full-time jobs. Okay, so that, we have all the features and everything that are available at your disposal to make sure you can be successful with it. All right.
I have to admit something. I don't have the app. I haven't downloaded it at all.
You got it, man. You got to get on it.
You just don't. I mean, actually, I usually don't have my phone all day because I'm at my computer.
Right.
And now I just have like all my
so
stuff
right.
anyway. That like my phone. Oh, I get done at the day and then I've like missed calls and I'm just not on my phone.
Yeah. It's definitely a big help for those people that are not able to be sitting in front of their computer screen all day long.
So those yellow ones of when you're entering or exiting, those are your push notifications. Like that's what gets pushed to people's phones.
Yes, the actual
Oh,
alert.
okay, cool.
Yeah, not the regular the regular chat you're using on the mobile app, but the actual push notification, they're all the trade alerts.
Gotcha.
So whenever I say like long, blah, 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 took profit, blah, blah, those get push notifications out to the mobile app.
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
So, yeah. Alrighty then. All right, Matt, go eat. Mike's going to break down his trades, and then I will eventually leave the office before 10 o'clock at night.
All right. Sounds good. See you later, Mike. See you, Adam. I'll see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a great day.
Later, man.
Sounds good.
Take it easy.
All right. And then there was 2.
And then there were 2. We're just chopping down.
What I want to know, Mike, you had a monstrosity of a day today.
I really did, man. I had a fucking awesome day today.
I mean, can you just do me a favor? Just tell me the gains real quick.
So we had the 115% on the SPY puts. Then we had the 30% gain on a small cap, which is INDO. And then another 20% gain on SPY calls, and I'm still in some calls.
Should I play the clip?
I think you should. It's definitely worthy.
All right, hang on.
It's definitely worthy.
Boom!
It's my favorite clip.
It's pretty good.
It's my favorite clip.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, guys, listen. And honestly, guys,
real quick, just to get this out of the way.
Go ahead.
Getting late. Guys, the code word for tonight is going to be NFT. The code word for tonight is NFT. The code word is NFT. Okay? So there you go. That is the code word for tonight. All right?
Yeah, maybe we'll make that boom into an NFT.
I'm going to make you into an NFT.
I'm down.
The utility is going to be you trading for me like I'm like a hamster on a wheel.
That's going to be an expensive NFT.
You know, Catalina effing wine mixer.
We'll break the record if that in that case.
Yep. All right. So, don't you want to see who made money today on this?
I would love to.
Guys, I mean, so Mike, ask them if they made money trading in chat with you.
Guys, my fam, if you guys made money with me today, sound off in chat. I want to know how you did. Tell me how much you made today. Whether it was INDO, the small cap, the SPY puts, the SPY calls, I want to know how you did. Sound off in chat if you guys made money with me today. Tell me. I want to know how you did. Fire away. I want to know. Yes.
There was
Eric
a lot
too.
of people that killed it, bro.
Yeah, man. We had a big day today. Erickson 600, Sherry 1200. Great job. Monster trade. Yes. 1500, 900, 1400, 700, 3500, 100%, 2400, 68%. I love it. 1,700 bucks, 1,100, 350, 2,100. Look at this. Look at all these comments. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Woo! Fruit Chimpo, $60,000 in the last 2 weeks.
I saw somebody in chat today that made 150 grand in the last 2 days.
That's incredible. Follow on their own stuff, or were they following my trades?
They were following your stuff.
That's incredible. That's big time money right there. That is big time money right there.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I just saw that today there was just a tremendous amount of people in chat that were like, "Yo, I had."
We were on fire today, man.
Eric Harper. I don't. Oh, there he is. Eric Harper, who's one of our members, has just obliterated these trades. I mean,
Eric Harper's been on fire, man. Eric Harper's been on
Eric
fire.
Harper's been on absolute.
Peter Parker too. $12,000 on SPY puts. 4,000. Yeah, it's awesome.
You know why I like seeing this? Joke's on all of you. I'm making notes so that way I know who's not getting the double your money back guarantee now. So, Mike, you want to explain that real quick?
I will gladly explain that. So, folks, True Trading Group, I told you guys before earlier on this live stream that results matter at True Trading Group. We're not just empty words and broken promises. Your results actually matter. Your success is measurable through your P&L. Anybody that joins True Trading Group, as long as you commit to going through our courses, passing our quizzes, and attending one study group, as long as you commit to doing those 3 things, if you do not make the price of your membership back at least once during your membership, I'm not just going to give you your membership fee back. I'm going to give you double your membership fee back. Okay. I'm going to give you double your membership fee back. All right. So all you need to do is go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one study group. That's it. Just actually commit to the platform that you're subscribing to, and I will give you guys a double your money back guarantee. No one's going to do that for you because they're just not as confident in their ability to help you become successful as we are. Okay. I am confident that if you put in an effort, and I don't need 40 hours a week. Okay. Just give me a couple hours.
If we needed 40 hours a week, nobody in here would be able to do this.
Right. All those people that just said, hey, I work a full-time job, this is what I do. None of those people would be able to make money if I needed 40 hours a week from you. That's a full-time job. Just give me a couple hours a week. It's on your own schedule.
You know what I did today, Mike, that I think you'd really like?
What?
So I had one of our interns go ahead and put together. Hang on a second. They're trying to be a school for trading. Other guys are trying to be mentors the whole time for lifetime members. Not sure. All right. So I did something kind of cool. I had, thought this would be kind of cool to go over because every night we talk about, we have, our curriculum, right? We talk about our curriculum every night, right? 17 course curriculum, goes into this, that, and the other. What I thought was neat was I had one of our interns today put this together. And I thought it would be cool to kind of go through because we have a trial, it's a $3 trial. There's 3 sample courses in that trial. The trial courses are super basic, not very in depth, but the structure of how it's set up is what you're looking for, right? It's to show you, okay, this is how we structure our courses. This is some really basic information if you're very new. This is, it's not really meant to like enlighten your life. But what I wanted to show people was the actual syllabus of our curriculum.
Oh, very cool.
So, which we can just kind of like, and I'm going to go ahead and put a link up as well, but it starts with TTG 101. And the TTG 101 is really how to use our platform, because you need to know how to use our platform in order to get the most out of it. And there's an entire course. It literally says start here, TTG 101. Yeah. And then for those that are brand new, that have never traded a day in their life, we have the foundations courses. And these foundations courses literally start with chapter 1, because every course has chapters. Every chapter has lessons. Okay. And it starts with beginner and foundation introduction. It literally starts with, what is the stock market?
How does it work?
How does it work? So if you are brand new to trading and you don't know anything and you want to get started, if you're on the trial is a good place to get a feel for who we are, make sure we're not scam artists and con men. But to really get an idea of the language and how it all works, that first chapter, the beginner foundation introduction of the foundations course, is key. What is the stock market? What are the different exchanges? Why is equity important?
Hey, Adam, can I just cut you off for 1 second, brother? I just want to address Donald Colucci, a comment I just saw come through chat. I might be wrong, but I think this is a reason why this won't work for me, because I'm old, and it seems most of the members who are successful are young, under 50 years old. That's not true, Donald. That is really, really, really not true. We have members in True Trading Group that are in their 60s and 70s. Okay, if there's anyone that's on the live stream that's over 50 years old, or that is 50 or over 50, you guys want to comment and say something in the chat right now. I do one-on-ones every single day with lifetime members in True Trading Group. So literally every day I do these. There you go, Michael Janik, 62 years old. Bang, right there. There's one of them. You guys, if you don't want to share your age, I'm 58, willing to. There you go. Okay, so we do have a lot of people in True Trading Group that are over the age of 50. It's never too early, and it's also never too late to get yourselves involved in the markets. Okay, so Donald, I don't want you to feel that your age is a hindrance or is a limitation or a restriction on your ability to become successful doing this, because it is absolutely not, my friend. Okay.
I also want to say, if Chris Botsis can do it at 50, you could do it at 100.
Why do you always pick on Chris?
Because I love Chris.
Because he picks on you. You guys pick on each other. No, you guys are like siblings.
Chris trolls the shit out of me in chat. He
does. He really does. I love it so much.
And he's the only one that I'll let get away with it, because he's been here since day one.
Chris used to troll me on the live. Chris, do you remember the live streams? Chris used to be the biggest pessimist on all of our live streams. He used to call me out all the time. He would always try to get me off my game. He'd always try to talk shit. But now Chris has been with True Trading Group now for a while.
3 years, I think.
Yeah, Chris has been here now for a while. Chris, I remember the day you signed up, because I was always like, man, this guy Chris is such an asshole. Like, he's such an ass on these live streams. And the day you signed up, I'm like, yes. I'm like, finally, we can prove to this guy that we are legit, and he's going to learn. He's going to be successful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Chris is awesome. He's a great part of the TGD fam. He's very well known in chat as well. It's been a lot of fun having him part of the family.
Yeah, and then you go from the real basic stuff to a whole chapter on the lingo, the basics, online broker, thing to consider, how to open an online brokerage, how to fund your account, the application process, important places you should know how to navigate, what is paper trading, why you should consider it. Chapter 4 is all about types of trades, how to buy stocks, how to sell stocks, market order, limit order, trailing stops. Chapter 5, trading strategies, scalping, day trading, short-term trading, long-term swing trading, long-term investing. Chapter 6, 10 trading rules, 20 common trading mistakes, and then an exit exam for the foundations curriculum. Then we get into course 2, which is still part of the foundations curriculum, and it's all about chart patterns, right? Bull flag pennant, bear flag pennant, double bottom, double top, descending wedge, ascending wedge. All of this is part of my Saturday night with different names. Just seeing if Mike's paying attention.
But I'm just looking something up real quick.
Got it. And then
futures market.
You want me to keep going?
Yes, I do.
Introduction to technical indicators, a whole, we have a course on shorting, and then we get into the advanced courses, tier trading system, TTG triangle. All of these bullet points underneath are lessons within these courses and chapters. Okay. Then you get into technical indicators for novices. We talk about Fibonacci's, the trade line, VWAP. Course 8 is technical indicators advanced. Then you have options 101, right? Literally same concept. Introduction to options, terms and definition, calls and puts, why trade options. Then we get into advanced option strategies, straddles, safe words, understand. I'm just kidding. Just paying attention. Straddles, strangles, understand. Iron condors, long condor with calls, short condor with puts. I mean, guys, this is super in depth. This is all included. And then, of course, Trader Psychology's part 1 and 2, which are by far the most popular courses that we have. How to trade a market crash. And then we actually have a course on how you do your taxes. Okay. And of course, we have our Crypto Foundations course as well. So this is an entire syllabus of the courses that you actually get. Because I know every night we come on here and we say, okay, you get access to beginner courses, foundations, but this is actually the full curriculum of what you're getting with your trading group. And, course-wise, it is extremely in-depth.
And guys, all those courses are in text and also in video format. So whatever's easier for you to learn, you have text and video format both.
Somebody goes, my safe word is fussy cuffs.
I don't like the fuzzies. I like just the good old fashioned cuffs.
Oh, that's too much. Happy birthday to family member Katrina Koch.
Katrina's birthday today?
It is.
Katrina, happy birthday.
So anyways, I just wanted to share that. Let them know that, because I think that everyone on here at this point understands that with your trading group, you are literally getting $4,000 worth of premium tools for free. But I think the part that we kind of like, and Mike, you could tell them a little bit more about that, but the part that we kind of skim over is the part about, what the full curriculum actually looks like. So,
yeah.
Anyways, it's fantastic. Mike, why don't you see how many new people we have, show them the platform, tell them about what they get tonight. I'll go back.
Let's do that, folks. This is what we had a great live stream here tonight. A lot of information to unpack. We learned about NFTs. Crystal and Ryan, another big thanks to them for coming on with us tonight. I went over with you guys my SPY analysis, the new positioning that I'm currently in. Congrats again, everybody that caught those SPY put options with me from last week, 115% gain. And if you guys have been following my channel for a while, just go back and watch the live streams that I did last night. Go back and watch the one from Friday and from Thursday, where I told you guys very specifically my game plan and my targets on the SPY. When the SPY was up around 440 and change, I told you guys I'm in puts until we get down to 427, 428. We got to 426 today. I took that profit off the table. So congratulations, everyone that caught that share with me. Again, if you guys are new and you didn't see it, just go back and watch any one of my live streams over the last couple of days. You'll see me give you that entire breakdown, that entire analysis, and alert you guys that that is the trade that I'm currently in. And now I flipped the script. I'm in some call options. I took some profit off the table. We got some profits off already, 20% gain. I'm still in some. We're going to see if we get some diplomatic resolutions and de-escalation with Russia and Ukraine. And that'll be a nice little launch pad for us off of the very key support level on the SPY. And then we'll see if we can get maybe a 50, 60% gain on some of those call options over the next 1 to 2 days. Okay. But I'd like to see who's still with us on the live stream right now. That's not a member of True Trading Group, but maybe this is your first time with us. If you guys are new to the live stream and you're not a member, okay, if you're not a member, just go ahead and type the number 1 in chat right now. If you're not a member of TTG or this is your first live stream, just go ahead and type the number 1 in chat. Don't be shy, folks. Go ahead, just type it away. All right, we got Reagan, we got Michael Ridings, we got Sebastian Gubatosi, we got Tio Papa Lee, Dirty Cuban, welcome back. Linda, Trey A. R. Escobar with a $sign. I like it. I like it. All right, folks. All of you that are typing the number 1, All of you that are typing number one in chat right now, I just want to say, you know, welcome to all of you guys for being on the live stream and everything. But I want to make sure that you guys all fully understand everything that you're going to be getting access to as a member of True Trading Group, because we are like Netflix, okay? Netflix in the sense that you pay one price, you get access to the core of everything that we have. There's no upsells in True Trading Group for any of the things that I'm about to show you. All the courses, all the tools, all the resources, it is all included with your membership. It's all included with your membership price. Okay. So what I'd like to do right now is let me actually show you the platform. I'll show you what you get access to, and I'll tell you how you can join. We've got some really big discounts and some great free. I have a free gift for those of you that want to join here tonight. I'll share with you guys that information. But first, I want to show you what you're going to get. The chat room, of course, where the mods and I, there's 8 professional traders other than myself. We're in chat with you from 7:30 a.m. Eastern until 4:30 p.m. Eastern.
Mike, tell them the price first, because we only have 9 laptops, and I think the secret's out because people are starting to sign up.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. So let me tell you the price first.
So, we have 9 left from last night. We had 30 last night. We have 9 left tonight, and then that's it. So, okay. So yeah, Mike, just walking.
Yeah, okay. All right, guys. So like I said, we Adam said we had 30 laptops. We're down to 9. So let me tell you about the price and the free gift, which is the laptop, which you guys have all kind of maybe figured that out by now. And then I'll show you what's included. The membership to TTG for the 1 year, it normally costs $2,212, and it will be $2,212 on February 28th. Okay, as we're walking the price of our membership up. However, tonight you guys can actually save 45% on that membership. Brings it from $2,212 all the way down to just $11.97. That's it. You'll pay $11.97 for the entire year. You get access to the entire TTG platform, and the next 9 people, make it 8. We got to welcome Brian. Brian's the newest member to the TTG family, folks. Everybody welcome Brian. The next 8 people now, it was 9. Brian just grabbed one. The next 8 people to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121. You'll get the 45% discount. You'll also get a brand new free laptop upon becoming TTG certified. What's that mean? When you go through all of our courses and you pass the quizzes, you become TTG certified. Okay, that means that you've completed a professional level of education, because the curriculum in TTG is a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at the hedge fund in New York. You get a certificate, you can print it out and hang it on your wall. You get a green check mark next to your username. It really is a badge of honor for our members to go through and complete that curriculum. Guys, you have to actually enter the coupon code TTG121 at checkout, and you'll know you're getting one of those 8 laptops. As long as you see a laptop in the checkout cart, that means you're getting one. There's 8 left. So the next 8 people to go to ttgoffer.com and enter TTG up. Daniel, 7 left. Daniel, welcome to the TTG family, bud. Everybody welcome Daniel, the newest member of the TTG fam. So now there's only 7 left. Okay. You're also, though, going to get 2 small private study groups with that as well. This is a chance for you to get individual attention from one of the pro traders at TTG to ask questions and go over things you don't understand, so we can speed up your learning curve. And then don't forget, folks, we are the home to the double your money back guarantee. I told you about this a little bit earlier on the live stream. I'll reiterate it. I stand behind this platform, and I am so confident in our ability to help you become successful that anyone that joins True Trading Group and goes through our courses, passes our quizzes, and attends one study group, you do it at your own pace, folks. You have access to this for an entire year. You go at your own pace. The courses are available 24/7, 365. Okay? As long as you do that, courses, quizzes, one study group. That's it. If you do that, and do not make $11.97 back at least once at the end of your membership, I'm not just going to give you your $11.97 back. I'm going to give you double your money back. So you'll pay $11.97, go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one study group. And if you do not make that $11.97 back during your membership, I will give you back $2,394. And you get to keep that brand new laptop, which now there's only 6. Everybody welcome Randall. Randall's the newest member of the family. There's now just 6 of those laptops left, folks. Remember, as long as you see a laptop on your checkout cart, you'll know you're getting one. Once the 6 laptops are out, that's it. We've got no more. We'll be switching to Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablets, which are still great gifts. It's still a free electronic, but it's not a laptop. We only have 6 of the laptops left. Okay. Only 6 of those laptops left. So everybody welcome Randall, newest member of the TTG fam. All right. So again, that's ttgoffer.com. TTG121 coupon code. You actually have to enter the code to get the discount. All right. That's it, folks. All right. Now let me show you what you're going to get. Okay. Let me show you what you are going to get. Okay. The chat room. All right. Like I said, the mods and I are in there. We share our screen with you. We are live on the microphone talking. I talk the way I'm talking to you now. This is how I talk throughout the course of the trading day. But instead of me telling you about, what you get with your trading group or talking about NFTs, or I'm talking to you about the market. I'm talking about stocks. I'm talking about what I'm buying, what I'm selling, and why I'm buying and selling at the moments and the things that I am. Okay, I come on the microphone and I tell you what I'm going to do before I actually do it. True or false, my TTG fam? True or false? My TTG fam, true or false? Do I or do I not tell you what I'm doing before I actually do it? Sally says, that's the catch. For the laptop, have to jump through the hoops of the courses. Why offer it? What if I were a slow learner? Okay, Sally Gold. If you're a slow learner, first of all, you should want to go through the courses. I'm not making you jump through hoops of going through the courses. That's how you're going to learn, Sally. Okay, this is an incentive for you to actually take the platform serious and actually learn this information and education. But if you're a slow learner, don't worry about it. You want to know why? Because you get the answer key to the courses. The quizzes that follow the courses, you have the answer key. I'm just telling you, don't cheat, because you're only cheating yourself. Don't cheat. Listen, if you want to sign up to True Training Group, literally go through the quizzes and just use the answer sheet and just sign up to get your free laptop. You could do that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you can sign up tonight, use the answer key, and claim your laptop tomorrow. We will send it to you.
Yeah.
But
you're cheating yourself at that point. Nobody else.
I've ever seen in my whole life.
You're literally cheating yourself if you do that, because Sally, it's so important that we understand. You're not, first of all, it's very important you understand, Sally, you are not on your own once you join True Training Group. When I say welcome to the family, I mean it. It's not, okay, you're going to join, you're going to go through these courses, you're going to be all on your own. You got to figure it all out. If you have questions, no one's going to help you. That's not True Trading Group. That's why I say welcome to the family. It is very important that we know what you understand and what you don't understand. That way, we know how to help you. The moderators, the members, the study groups, the webinars will all help you through this entire process. Okay, when you join True Training Group, it is not the end of our relationship. It is just the beginning. We will be speaking every single week. We'll be speaking every day. You can talk to me in chat every single day, Sally. The members will help you. My TTG fam, how many of you are going to help Sally when she joins? Sound off in chat. If you're a member of True Training Group and you're going to help Sally if she joins, sound off in chat. Sally, watch how many people are going to tell you that they're going to help you right now. Sally, you see all that? Sally, that's True Trading Group. That's why I say welcome to the family. You guys are not in this by yourself. Trading can be a very lonely profession, not at True Trading Group. When I say welcome to the family, I mean it. We're in this together. All right? So there's that. All right, so now let me get back. Let me continue showing everybody what you have access to as a member. All right, because there's only 6 laptops left. So I want to make sure that everybody understands before those laptops are gone. They'll probably be gone within the next 20 minutes or so. But I want to show you guys everything else that's included. The chat room, you're going to be getting, at least a minimum of 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of professional traders that sports a collective win rate of about 80%. And we're fully transparent. All of our our trades, our buys and our sells, they are all available on our website in a trading journal. So you can see for yourself how you'd be doing if you were trading and you were following along with all of those alerts. All right. You also get the 2 private study groups. I told you guys about that. That's where you can get individual attention and help from one of the pro traders at TTG to get your questions answered and speed up your learning curve. You're also going to get Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed. This is a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of our chat room that gives you news as soon as it crosses the wire. No more relying on delayed news. Okay. Traders that get the news first win. That's a fact. So the speed of which you get your news matters. And this news feed will allow you to get news as soon as it crosses the wire. If you wanted to pay for this news feed on your own, you'd have to pay Benzinga $1,400 a year. This is included for $11.97 when you join, as well as everything else I'm about to show you. TradingView's premium charting software. One of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders, yours free with your membership. Also, the Trade Ideas scanner. Trade Ideas is the industry standard stock market AI software that scans on our platform every single day. It will show you what stocks are making new highs, new lows, which ones have a surge in volume. It is also broken up into small caps, mid caps, and large caps. No matter what you trade, we can make sure you're focused on the hottest stocks every single day. You also get our simulator. Okay, our simulator lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. This way you can practice implementing what you are learning in the courses before you risk your hard-earned cash. Use the simulator. It's the same simulator that is used in the business departments at Cal State University Fullerton, University of Wisconsin Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, and also Illinois Tech. They use the same simulator that we have. We also have our own proprietary scanner that has the same functionality as FinViz Elite, but also allows you to scan for crypto. Then you have dark pool data, unusual options activity. Folks, this is stuff that used to only be available to professional traders at hedge funds. Not anymore. Now it's at the fingertips of our TGD family. This is how we level the playing field for you. This is how we empower the retail trader so that you can make better informed decisions. Okay. You also get our full trading performance journal. The trading performance journal will track all of your trading and give you statistics and data so you can figure out what you're doing wrong. This is a game changer when you're trying to make adjustments within your trading. You also get a social sentiment scanner. This will scour through Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you what stocks are being mentioned the most. That way you can always make sure you stay ahead of the crowd. Our stock profile tool will give you unlimited downloadable PDF reports that give you all the analyst ratings for any stock you're interested in. So you can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a particular stock. You also get insider buying and insider selling information. All of this is included with your membership, folks. You do not pay $1 extra for any of it. Not to mention our watch list, where every single day you'll know what stocks that the moderator. Hey, Sally! Yes, Sally! Everybody, welcome Sally. Sally, I am so happy that you just joined. I'm so damn happy that you just joined. Everybody, give a huge TTG welcome to Sally. Sally, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Sally, take your time, go through the courses, ask questions, do not be shy. Myself, the other moderators, the members are here to help you. All right, folks, there are only 5 laptops left now, folks, just 5 laptops left. And yes, this is the same Sally, everybody. That is the same Sally. Guys, if anybody has any questions about the membership, if you have questions, you can send a text message. Don't call this number. Send a text message. It's a text-only number, 201-775-9702. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen, 201-775-9702. Okay? If you guys have questions about the membership, all right, or maybe you're just having a hard time signing up, whatever it is, you can send a text message to that phone number that's at the bottom of your screen. All right? So like I said, you're going to get the watch list, so you'll know exactly what the moderators are looking at every day, also how we plan on trading them. And then also you're going to get, obviously, the courses, right? The courses, a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. There's beginner and foundation courses for those that are brand new. There's advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it. We've got all of it. There are no upsells for more courses. There's no VIP or pro courses that cost more money once you join. Once you join the group, you get access to all of our courses.
One sec, Mike. Sebastian G. I see that you're trying to sign up right now, man, and I know that it's you're running into some issues. Instead of continuing to process it 50 times in a row, please shoot me a text at 201-775-9702, 201-775-9702, and I will help you complete that purchase. Okay, that's all. Thanks.
Awesome. All right, so that's the courses, folks. Remember, simplified and expanded upon version what I learned that I worked at the fund in New York. So you guys are going to get the same professional level of education that I did. Okay. Then on top of the courses, there's a video library that has over 200 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars we conduct every week covering different topics, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. And then you can actually attend these workshops live when you become a full-time member. Anything we add to the platform in the future, you also get. Just like Netflix. When Netflix comes out with a new show, a new movie, they don't ask you for $10 to watch it. It's included with your membership. Same thing here. New course, new tool, included with your $11.97 membership price. $11.97 is also the price you are locking yourself in for life. The price you pay when you join True Trading Group is the price you pay for life. Why is that important? Because you'll pay $11.97 today. Folks, we have a retention rate around 75%, which means around 75% of our members are renewing their membership or becoming lifetime members. So when you renew your membership next year, let's say our membership costs the $22.12, or maybe it's even more. Maybe it's $2,500. You will only pay $11.97 to renew your membership next year. Okay, it doesn't matter what the price is next year. It could be $2,500. You'll only pay $11.97 to renew your membership price. Okay. So again, folks, there are 5 laptops left. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. It looks like Adam's going to be helping Sebastian sign up. So it looks like after Sebastian signs up, we're going to have 4 of those laptops left because we got 1, I guess, maybe on hold for Sebastian. Adam is helping him actually right now as we speak. So you're looking at 4 laptops are going to be remaining. As long as you see a laptop on your checkout cart, you know you're getting one. There's 4 left. As long as you see one, you're getting one. All right. We're also 5-star rated on Trustpilot, folks. Go read the reviews. Over 1,400 people have taken the time out of their day to leave us a review on Trustpilot. Read the 5-star, read the 1-star, read them all. There's no greater review than one of your peers. Go read them. All right. Go check them out. And then last but certainly not least, if you are still unsure that True Trading Group is the place for you, you do have a 1-week trial. You can go to ttgthree.com. Again, that is ttgthree.com. It is a 1-week trial. You can trade with us for a whole week, be part of the family, see if it's right for you. It's only $3. It's $3. Okay, that's it. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring payment. It's a one-time payment of $3. You can go to ttgthree.com. Tristan Grasso asked a question about, do you have to complete the courses before you get the laptop? Tristan Grasso, yes. You've got to complete the courses and pass the quizzes in order to get your free laptop. However, Tristan, that's not a catch, brother. You get the answer key to the quizzes. Okay? You have the answer key to the quizzes. All right. I'm just telling you, do not cheat yourself. Okay. If you do, I'm saying don't cheat, because if you do, you're only cheating yourself. We need to know, Tristan, what you understand and what you don't understand so that we can make sure that you get the help that you need. You get the questions answered that you have so that you can become a successful trader. Don't join True Trading Group to get a laptop. Join True Trading Group to get a real professional education that can allow you to become consistently profitable and reach financial goals over the course of your lifetime that you never thought were originally possible. That's why you join True Trading Group. The laptop is just the kicker. Okay, so yes, you do have the answer key there for you. All right, awesome, Tristan. I look forward to trading with you, brother. All right, guys. So that's it. Okay. We only have a couple of those laptops left. Go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. You'll get the 45% discount, brings the price down to just $11.97. Guys, don't forget. Okay. What do you have to lose? Really ask yourself what you have to lose, because I'm giving you a double your money back guarantee. As long as you go through our courses, pass the quizzes, you have the answer key, and attend one study group. If you do that and do not make your $11.97 back at least once during your membership, I will give you back double what you paid. I'm not just giving you the $11.97 back. I'm going to give you $2,394 back. I told you results matter at True Training Group, and your results are measurable through your P&L. I have no problem offering you a double your money back guarantee because that is how confident I am that as long as you put forth a little effort, I don't need 40 hours a week. Give me a couple hours a week. If you do, I'm confident in our ability as a platform, as a community to help you become successful. And there's Sebastian. Sebastian, welcome to the family. Officially now 4 laptops left. All right, Sebastian, welcome to the TTG fam. 4 laptops left, folks. All right, that's it, gang. I hope you guys really enjoyed this live stream. Big thanks again to Crystal and Ryan. Fantastic gets, my boy, Mr. Matt Kohrs. Always a pleasure. Adam, as always, another great live stream in the books. If you guys haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. You don't ever want to miss out. You never know which special guest we're going to have on here next. Congratulations again, my TT fam, that caught the 115% gain on SPY put options, the 30% gain on INDO, and the 20% gain so far in the call options. We'll see what tomorrow brings. We'll see if we do get a little bit more of a bounce in the overall markets. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. I love you all. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Later, guys.